Oh my gosh. While I had my head fully planted into the cash machine, shouting out like an absolute moron.
Very quickly, we're going to go on to this questions. Really quickly, tell us about your new podcast that you're going to be doing, because that is why you're here, not this bullshit that we're talking about.
No, I'm enjoying all this.
But it's been lovely.
Yeah.
It's been great.
It's been great.
Tell us about it. Novel idea.
So it's about JLS and the they've got physio. No.
Needed to be done.
So Mollie and I, obviously best mates, and any excuse to spend more time together. And we had this idea of, would it be possible to write a novel together? So I would start it, I'd do chapter 1, and then a bit like one of those drawings, where someone draws a head and then you fold the paper and someone draws the body, and then you fold it and someone draws the legs, and then you look at it at the end and it's chaos. We thought we'd do that, but with writing a book. So I write chapter 1, but then I hand over the entire storyline and all the characters to Mollie, who then picks it up in chapter 2.
Yeah, I can then take it off in whatever direction I want to.
Oh, wow.
Do I continue with his characters? Do I continue with his plot line?
Kill them off.
Exactly.
Right. So I'm assuming all of his characters immediately lose their superpowers and then they move into an apartment in New York together. Yeah.
They're in a cafe in New York.
Pretty much. But we have had so much fun. I would say the first few chapters especially have been a bit of a tug of war as to like the direction that the story's going in.
Yeah, so I introduced, it's a detective novel, it's a murder mystery. And what's frustrating is that I've set up the crime. It's this guy called Augustus Smythe who is found with his tie in a paper shredder. And he's been tugged to his demise as it's chewed up his tie. It's garroted him.
Terrifying, awful, by the way. But
awful way to go.
Beautiful.
And I've got a detective.
Can you get strangled from the back though?
Everyone's asking me this.
Yeah.
Everyone's asking me this.
No one's buying it.
No,
Still breathe. You have to have his face in there.
No, because you've got. If you imagine, it's grabbed the tie. It's going. So he's getting pulled.
Oh, and it's making
so long,
so he's had to have had the short bit of the tie.
Yeah, exactly.
So the back, so the front, the strangling at the front could even be the paper shredder.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
It's just something on the front and the tie on the back.
All right, I believe you now. I just thought there's no real windpipe about you.
Yeah, Rules always on the concept of people's stuff that they're coming on to promote.
But this is the thing, because that's what happens in our podcast.
Okay, great.
So in the podcast, our friend Stefan reads it aloud.
Oh, nice.
Brilliant.
And then we deconstruct what each other have written and often get quite annoyed by it.
Exactly like you just have. Been gone like, is that really how someone would die? And would that be a murder or would that just be
I'm loving this already
that
because of how different you two are just in the way you're explaining with the difference in movies and stuff. So this is going to be like a schizophrenic novel.
It is. So the lead detective, this guy Ian Chalk, who I am big into, he doesn't feature in chapter 2 at all because Mollie doesn't like him.
I don't like the guy. He feels like a bit of a show-off and I hate show-offs. He feels a bit big-headed and I was like, I don't need to write about this guy. So I'm just going to pop him to the side and I'm going to write about all of my characters, Antoinette Dubec and all these like dance teachers and people who have like little relationships.
Antoinette Dubec.
That's one of the characters.
That's one of the characters.
If I read a book, chapter 2, you get to it, the characters disappeared and there's a character called Antoinette Dubec. I'm putting that book through a shredder.
Yeah.
It's over. I genuinely, it's rare, I think. You know, like people try and hide their true feelings about, despite like award shows and stuff. People are always like, oh, clap along if I didn't win the award or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think you ever hear genuine frustration or see it. But it's inescapable in episode 2 of our podcast because I am so devastated at what Mollie's written. You just hear a man slowly losing the will to live. I'm like, cannot believe you've not mentioned, because I thought she was going to like bring him in at the end of the chapter.
Brilliant.
Not a single fucking mention of the guy.
Can we just remind ourselves of one of your best friends, Reese, who did the other day say to you, thank God for Mollie's chapter. She's come in with characters with names that we can remember. We've got Antoinette Dubec, we've got Raphaella
Broadchurch.
Is Antoinette Dubec a dancer?
Of course.
Oh,
she's the dance teacher of the guy.
Don't say brilliant, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
It's just because I'm a big Anton Dubec fan.
We all are.
Aren't we all? So
mainly his posture.
Yeah.
Have you seen his posture?
Oh.
Good God.
Very good.
He
love
Anton.
He's got a better physio than you, probably.
Yeah, he doesn't need a physio. You walk in a physio, they go, there's nothing to do for you.
It sounds really good. Genuinely, you've sold it.
We have laughed so much making it, and
brilliant.
I love it.
And we've properly got stuck into it. Like, it's taken over our lives.
That's really good.
I couldn't hand over something I'd written that for someone. That's brilliant.
I'm struggling.
Because Matt sets up the crime in episode 1, and I'm the one that writes all the even numbers, so 2, 4, 6. I actually write the final chapter, which I'm yet to do. So I have to sew up all the final
She's going to
threads.
solve the crime. And I know, in my body, I know who did it. But I'm not going to get to say who did it.
Molly, can I give you just one suggestion?
Go on.
One sentence. And it was all a dream.
Don't. This is his biggest fear.
That would be horrible.
So much.
Biggest fear. Yeah.
That would be awful.
Don't, Chris. I've got too many ideas in my mind.
We'll never work together again.
I don't enjoy that. I don't like the dream. And it was all a dream. I'm like, no, absolutely not.
No, because the thing is,
and a hand comes in and presses stop on the remote, and you've been watching a DVD.
Awful.
Imagine.
He'll never talk to me again.
Yeah, I've littered clues throughout my
She's
chapters.
not picking them up.
Because you've invented board games and that. You're like proper. Oh, great.
He's desperate for me to pick up these little crumbs he's leaving, and I'm just going bop, bop, and creating my own story, brushing them away.
Beautiful.
No, I have faith.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous. We're going to do this question.
Yes.
Because
we just chat so much. Like, we just can't stop. We're so excited when other people are here. Anyway.
Right, should we do this?
Yes.
Okay. Dear Chris and Rosie, a while back, I was running late to meet some friends for a drink, and I remembered I needed to get some cash out. As I was heading to the cash machine, I noticed a quite handsome guy heading towards it too. So I picked up the pace and ran past him to jump in front.
Oh.
I put my card into the machine and typed in my PIN number. Suddenly, the screen went blank, just a white screen. I panicked, as you would, as I thought, of course, the machine had eaten my card. It then displayed, "Please wait," on the screen for about 20 seconds. I turned to him and showed him that there was an issue. Suddenly, I heard a faint phone ringing sound coming from the machine. I obviously thought, well, this was strange, so I was staring at the machine, bewildered, and then the ringing stopped and I heard, "Sarah?" I was like, what on earth? I didn't know this was the thing, but the machine must have somehow picked up who I was, and the customer service team were trying to assist me. Molly?
I leant forward to the machine and I said, "Hello?" It responded, "Sarah, hello?" I replied, "Hello? Yes, I can hear you. The machine isn't working. I don't know what to do." Followed by ramblings of what the issue was and the fact that I didn't think I'd lost my card, etc. I kept talking, getting my face closer and closer to the screen so they could hear me, then silence. Here we go, guys. Wait for this.
Oh, God.
The handsome man behind me then tapped me on the shoulder and said, "I think that voice is coming from you. I think it's coming from your pocket." Oh, no. It's coming from
God's sake.
No.
I'll just talk.
Hold on. I took my phone out of my pocket and yes, I had somehow pocket FaceTimed my dad. Oh no. And he was the one shouting my name. Oh my gosh. While I had my head fully planted into the cash machine, shouting out like an absolute moron. I hadn't noticed that the screen had gone back to normal in this time and eventually managed to obtain my funds.
Oh my God.
The man stifled his laughter like an absolute gent. What a gent.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
But I don't think he'll forget the girl that screamed into a cash machine for no reason.
It's
Way to make a
always
first impression.
in
I'm
front of
still
a handsome
single,
man.
isn't it? I'm still single and still cringe when getting the cash out.
Oh, bless her.
Easily
no,
done.
Sarah!
Easily done.
That is so
But
good.
how are people still pocket dialing?
That's a fuck. I get pocket dialed quite a lot.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, I always pocket dial people.
Really?
Because I use Siri quite a lot.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
sometimes it just decides.
Yeah.
You'll say like, "Oh, can you play this song?" It's like calling Gary Bishop. You're like, I haven't spoken to Gary for 15 years.
Mine
Yeah, you're right,
sometimes.
actually. It's Siri that
Mine does the same. Mine sometimes tries to phone. I ask for songs in the car with the kids.
Yeah.
And it'll try to phone someone like someone who I know who's famous, but I'm not on phone calling terms with. So if they saw a missed call from me,
Yeah.
they go,
Calling
"Why the
Harry
fuck's they ringing me?"
Styles.
Yeah, like it's not Jimmy Carr before, and I'm like, I know him, but we're not on. I'm not going to give him a ring on a Tuesday
Jimmy,
afternoon.
I'm just in the car with the kids. Got any jokes? Yeah, like.
Sing us a song.
Yeah.
Do